Today, from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, this is Madden Football on EA Sports. We'll see Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys taking on Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, thrilled to be with you from the broadcast booth. And partner, before we get this thing started, what are you going to be watching?
Who gets off to a fast start? In horse racing terms, they talk about catching a flyer out of the gate. Who sets the pace and makes the other team chase?
Now the kicker, that's Cameron Dicker, set to get us started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Cowboys making their way out behind the NFL's leader in touchdown passes for 2023. In his 9th season now, Dak Prescott.
And he's coming off one of the best seasons of his career, where he finished as a runner-up in the MVP chase after throwing for over 4,500 yards, 36 touchdowns, and less than 10 interceptions for the first time in a few years. An integral part of the Cowboys' run to the playoffs, he's hoping to take it a step further here in 2024.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Prescott to throw it. A short one there, taken in by Ferguson.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Now Prescott. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively at 2nd down.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Now a 2nd and 10. A handoff left, Elliott. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Here now, a 3rd down and 8. Now Prescott. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And the Cowboys going to bring on Brian Anger to punt on 4th down. Back deep for L.A. is Darius Davis. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their 1st-round pick in 2020. The man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And he's looking to bounce back after an injury-riddled season a year ago. Herbert, obviously one of the most talented quarterbacks in the league, but that doesn't do you any good when you're standing on the sidelines wearing a baseball cap. If this team's ever going to reach their full potential, they've got to find a way to keep him upright. And with his new head coach, Jim Harbaugh, in the fold, they'll do exactly that. They'll have a chance to win a lot of games with Justin Herbert on the field.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. So the completion good for just 3, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
I don't care what sport you're playing, everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. They'll run. This is Gus Edwards. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
Now 3rd down and 7. Here's Herbert. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Micah Parsons in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Cavante Turpin deep for the Cowboys. This is taken at the 23. So holding there on the return, and that'll back them up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. Able to hit his target, Lamb. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Throwing, Prescott. And he'll go right back to Lamb. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Prescott and Lamb hooking up for the Cowboy first.
And Lamb took his game a step further a season ago with career highs in yards, touchdowns, and catches. 135, the most in the league. He wears number 88 on his jersey. That means he is wide receiver 1 for the Dallas Cowboys. The next thing he wants to add, leading his team to a Super Bowl.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. Fights off the defender. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage. And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's Prescott. He finds his man complete. It's Ferguson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd down, Elliott once more. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas 1st down.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Second and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. He finds his man complete. That's Ferguson. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Here's Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Brandon Cooks from 10 yards out. And the Cowboys post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. So, Charles, they had him double covered in the end zone. It still was not enough.
I wonder if they're thinking to themselves now, 2 didn't work. Do we go for 3 guys on him next time? Because he fought through all that extra attention, got himself into a great position where his quarterback felt confident enough to challenge the coverage and threw it his way. What a big-time play right there, both by the quarterback trusting him and by him going up and getting it.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's capped off for the Cowboys touchdown. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Open man, it's Palmer. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Now Herbert got to get him to the line in a hurry. Throwing again on second down. Herbert. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
On first down, Justin Herbert. He gets this underneath to Dobbins.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Here's Herbert now on second down. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, it's Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Options galore here, second and a few inches. Herbert throwing again. Throw over the middle into the hands of the tight end Parham. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple. Back to throw here, Herbert. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Again, Herbert. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. That has to feel like a very unsatisfying drive, right? You move the ball all that way, and then you can't convert on 3rd down.
But it was satisfying up until that point. Almost like a great movie, and then the film cuts out before the big ending.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is indeed good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our downtown Orlando studios in this EA Sports Halftime Report. The Cowboys were treated to a fine first half from number 4, quarterback Dak Prescott. He has a touchdown pass, and that amounted to the only touchdown of the game for either team thus far.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. Here's Darius Davis on the return. And able to get this out to the 25. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. This is a game, Charles, it's been fairly starved for offense. Really not much in that first half. We'll see if they can get something going here as we look toward the third quarter.
And not just a chance to finally get a little more offense going, but to erase that small deficit they currently trailed by. I think they'd send a pretty powerful message to the opposite sideline if they drive it right down the field coming out of the half.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's caught right side by Palmer. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
The slot man in motion right. They'll go back to Edwards on 1st down. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Now a man who played high school ball here in LaGrange, Texas, J.K. Dobbins. So they'll get the yardage on the run and get 15 more for good measure.
Yeah, that wasn't too difficult to spot. You heard the sideline erupting, and the flags came out almost immediately.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Again, it's Edwards. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the 3rd quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it, and the running game is starting to pay off.
They'll run with Dobbins. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Edwards going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Gus Edwards punching it in from a yard away. And the Chargers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead is now 10-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was polished off by the Gus Edwards touchdown run. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the 2nd half. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good 2nd half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
Prescott on 1st down. A dump off to Elliott. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's 2nd down. As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Second down and 8. Inside give to Elliott. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 7. Draw play, Elliott. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. To throw is Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner. We watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Prescott now. Now he'll escape to his left. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Prescott. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. They'll set up a throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Elliott. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 25-yard line. Points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Here's first down. They'll set up to throw. A short one there taken in by Ferguson.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Here's 2nd down and 3. Now Dak. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Joey Bosa in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Brandon, you got to have some urgency here. You got to get the guys back to the line of scrimmage, but the problem is they're all 30 yards downfield after that play.
A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long. Over the middle, complete. It's Ferguson. And he had to get this down to the 15. He won't make it. He's a yard or two short.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to tie things up in the final minute. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe call is to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And that's not going to help a whole lot. Maybe 4 yards on 1st down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Second and 6 coming up. Herbert. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Well, the noise got to be an issue now offensively. Here's 3rd and 6. Herbert going to throw. Dobbins with it. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. So 4 quarters couldn't settle a winner, and now the Chargers going to get the first opportunity here in OT as the kick is away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Back to throw. It's taken in by Quentin Johnston. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Up the middle, here's Edwards. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They run once more with Edwards. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. Herbert now. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It'll be a gain of 5. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
They'll try and run for the 1st with Edwards. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 42 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. They go with the ground game, pick up the 1st, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone, all right? You don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to them.
And now this first drive in OT continues. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Out of the gun, they give to Edwards.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Third and 1, trying to keep this drive in overtime going. A big one coming up. Up the middle, it's Edwards. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll go down at the 28.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 4. Herbert running left off the option. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And my, how the tables have turned. They had a chance inside the red zone, punch that thing in and end it. Now we're going the other way.
And it's real easy to just look at them and say, boy, what an error, what a mistake you made. But how about the defense coming up huge? Let's give them a little bit of credit, keeping their team in the game, because if they score a touchdown there, it's game over.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Now a 2nd and 6. Now what can Prescott do in the OT? He finds his man complete. That's Ferguson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. To throw, Prescott. That's caught by Tolbert. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 3. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. Now 2nd and 3. Up the middle, here's Elliott. Shifts by him on a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. One overtime, how about 2? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that 2nd overtime in just a moment. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Out of the gun, here's Prescott.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Now a 2nd and 10. Prescott to throw it. throw complete right side to Cooks. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground.
Boy, am I jealous of Khalil Mack because he's getting better with age, something I want to do. And he set new career highs a season ago in both sacks and tackles for loss, both of which land him in the top 5 in the league.
And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. So on is their kicker, and it's down to this. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And that is no good. Hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in, and we will play on here in overtime. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
Well, this is a pretty rare situation here, Charles. You get into overtime, neither team coming through with even a field goal on their first drive. So now, sudden death with the time remaining. Next score wins.
And now I would say that going at it might be a little bit easier for both teams now because they've eased into overtime. That first series, boy, everything on the line then. Now you've seen what a defense is throwing at you. You can make some adjustments, and all you need is 3 points to win it.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
Herbert.
His throw complete right side to the tight end Parham.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Here's Edwards again on 2nd down.
He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3rd and 3.
On the handoff, Edwards, and he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Now a handoff. Edwards. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And he got it. The kick is good. And they have won it here in double overtime. And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
The trip home so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel, came in full of confidence, believed in themselves, and got it done.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long from Big D.